Bulls Nation, as we near the end of the first half of this season, nearing the All-Star break, we had to face an extremely tough team in the Denver Nuggets. And while we fell away very early, we managed to come back, we managed to take the lead, but we could not seal the victory against the Denver Nuggets. It was a good game, it was a tough game, and we're going to talk about this game in this video. Let's do it. What's up, everybody? It's the Aidan Sports Show, and welcome back to another video. Today, we've got a Chicago Bulls versus Denver Nuggets game reaction. The Chicago Bulls, with a very, very tough first quarter, second quarter against the Denver Nuggets, fought their way back in the third and the fourth, but in the last 5 minutes of that game, simply put, the Chicago Bulls could not guard the Denver Nuggets, and at the end of the day, the Denver Nuggets reigned supreme in this game. But before we get started, please like and subscribe to the Aidan Sports Show YouTube channel, turn notifications on, let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this game and the player of the game for the Chicago Bulls. The score for this game was 118 to 112. The Chicago Bulls did all they could to come back in this game, especially after a very, very, very poor and underwhelming start, but we simply could not put the Denver Nuggets away, and they came in with Nikola Jokic playing amazingly well. They had Jamal Murray played decent, and Michael Porter Jr. played very well, and in the end the Bulls just simply could not stop that because we didn't have enough players to help Zach and Kobe in this game. And I understand the situation that we are at hand at the moment. We're a team that is a bit short-staffed, but we're also a team that is very undersized. And this is another game where we think to ourselves, we need a true center. And by saying that we need a true center, and I say it every time I talk about this, just by saying we need a true center does not mean Wendell Carter can't play for this team. That's the biggest message I have to say around this, because at the end of the day, Nikola Jokic is going to get his points. He's going to get his rebounds. He's going to get his assists. You could put anybody on him, and he's going to get his stats. But the way that he got his stats today, we did not make him work anywhere near hard enough for him to earn his points. Every single one of his points came from post-ups, came from dribbling into the paint, one post hook, maybe doesn't even have to post hook, and just shoots it just shoots an open layup pretty much for him, for his size. And not many people are going to stop that. And of course, putting all the blame on Wendell Carter, it's just not how the game went at the end of the day. But this just shows that we need a true big in this game. We need a true defensive-minded center in this game to help contribute on the defensive end for the Chicago Bulls. Because I thought everywhere else, we were exceptional defensively today. I thought the steals that we had was extremely good for the Chicago Bulls. I thought we limited turnovers a lot better than what we did in the previous games. And I thought defensively, we got our hands on a lot of things. We did very, very well. We closed down our three-point shooters. It was just Nikola Jokic today that really got the Denver Nuggets over the line in this game. And that's what he does. That's what he does. He's an MVP caliber player. But if we had a true center, if we had an Andre Drummond on this team, if we had maybe, I don't know, any decent 7-foot center, maybe not even decent, just defensive-minded 7-foot center, maybe we see a different result in this game. But at the end of the day, that's not good. It's not going to be it. We need more than that at the end of the day. But that is just something that comes out of my head when we play these games like this against the likes of Joel Embiid and against the likes of Nikola Jokic. They play well every game, but they play exceptionally well against the Bulls because we do not have the size to stop these guys at a rate where other teams probably can, despite them averaging their points and assists and their rebounds. So that's the first thing that comes to mind. Obviously, the Bulls fought very, very hard in this game, and you can't question the effort, you can't question the determination, and you can't question the effort of our two scoring options in today's game. They played exceptional defense to the Denver Nuggets, and again, that's a mistake that I made talking about this game. I thought Denver Nuggets were not a terrific defensive team, but watching this game, they've proven me wrong, and they've proven me wrong very, very quickly as well. Within the first few minutes, I could tell that Denver was a good defensive team. They're not a good defensive team when Nikola Jokic isn't on the floor, but obviously Nikola Jokic is on the floor more often than not, so they become a much better defensive team. They're a really good pick-and-roll defensive team, and it's just one of those situations where the Bulls had to fight for their points. And to say that we didn't work hard, we didn't scrap and claw to get back into this game, especially in that third quarter, is a big understatement. We fought very hard today, but unfortunately, the luck doesn't go to the spoils. It was a tie game with 5 minutes left, and Denver, obviously, with the quality that they have, sealed that victory for them. The big positive about this game was the bench kept us alive. And in my opinion, this bench is becoming much better and much more valuable than our starting lineup. Our starting lineup is super young. Our starting lineup consists of a 20-year-old Kirby White, obviously a 19-year-old Patrick Williams, a 25-year-old Zach Levine, and obviously Garrett Temple's the veteran in the team at the moment, and a 21-year-old Wendell Carter Jr. We're extremely young, and it seems like when they play together, we always have slow starts in these games. There's not been a game that I can recall where the Bulls don't have a slow start. And I don't think that starting lineup plays well together, which is why our bench becomes more valuable than our starters. I thought our bench was immense today. I thought our bench was the key to us coming close. And if we did win this game, the bench would have been the consistent point in that. So there we go. That's all I really need to say about this game in a nutshell. So let's go into those individual performances for today's game. And there are a few things I want to talk about. Obviously, the Bulls, I really think the Bulls played well today. But of course, the mismatches and the weak points of this team is what got Denver that win. And we'll talk all about those in the individual performances. First things first, Patrick Williams, 13 points, 4 rebounds. What I liked about Patrick Williams, there's a specific play in this game that really, really made it put a smile on my face. It was obviously a Denver offensive possession. They missed the shot. Patrick Williams gets the rebound. And just like Usain Bolt type speed, the dude just ran through the entire Denver Nuggets team to get a foul on Michael Porter Jr. Aggression. He literally ran the whole court within the blink of an eye to get a layup and a foul for against Michael Porter Jr. And again, that is the type of aggression that I would love to see from Patrick Williams more often. I understand he's a rookie and he's trying to find his place on this team. He's trying to find his place in the league. And first-year rookies will find it tough to be aggressive every single night. Most of them, more often than not. But Patrick Williams is very talented. He's a very gifted player. And if we could see that a little bit more often, we would see a truly different Chicago Bulls team. So hopefully with years to come, we have so many years, we have a lot of chances, a lot of opportunities for him to progress in this team. We will see a better Patrick Williams as time goes around. And that's all I really want to see in the future. And that one play brings massive hope that this player will be the real deal for the Chicago Bulls in the future. Let's talk about Garrett Temple, 9 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. Garrett Temple fouled a lot in this game. I think he had 4 or 5 fouls in this game. At the end of the day, a veteran player. I thought he played okay. Thought he played decently well. And that's all I can really say on the situation with that. Wendell Carter, 8 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. Wendell Carter, once again, mismatch with Nikola Jokic and Wendell Carter. And this proves more than more that we need another big man. I don't want to see him traded. I think we still have a lot of potential with Wendell Carter on this team. But the more and more that we see him as the starting center, the more and more we're seeing a little bit more weaknesses against the better centers in this league, against the Joel Embiids, against the Nikola Jokic's, against maybe even the Rudy Gobert's in the world, the big centers. Wendell Carter struggles to defend him because of his size. So I want to see a true center. I want to see an Andre Drummond type player, even the likes of just a relatively good defensive-minded center. I want someone like that to help this team contribute on the defensive end, bring some rim protection to this team, and things like that. And we can definitely see a better Chicago Bulls team for that. Nikola Jokic will still get his points, but he probably won't get the 34 or 37, however many points he had. He won't get that. At least I would think he wouldn't get that. Joel Embiid wouldn't drop 50 on us in that game with the 76ers, with a big man. They would still get their fantastic games, as they do. They're all-stars at the end of the day. Both Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic have been in MVP conversations before. So they're going to get their numbers, but I think we could limit them from their numbers that they get against the Bulls. They always excel above their averages against the Chicago Bulls. So a big man on this team can definitely help that, definitely change that. And maybe we do win this game if we had one. Anyway, just something to bring into the equation, I guess. Kirby White, 20 points, 3 assists, and 10 rebounds. A double-double for Kirby White. And again, it was a good game for Kirby White. 3-point shot not there for Zach or Kobe, but they both were aggressive. They both found their ways in this game. I thought they both were extremely well. And that's all you can ask for at the end of the day from a team. When Kirby White and Zach Levine are playing well, the Bulls stuck very close in this game. And that's what I want to see. And we need to see more people help these players. Patrick Williams helped in a big way today, so does Thaddeus Young, but not enough everywhere else, which is something that we do need to see more of. We need to see more victories. We need to see more contributions from this team, from everybody. Usually we see team effort. We usually see even scoring, and that's when we play the most. That's when we play well. Today, it was still even scoring, but we didn't score enough, and I guess that's why we lost the game. Zach Levine, 23 points, 5 assists, 9 rebounds. They played amazing defense on Zach Levine. I think they took the key out of the Phoenix Suns book. They blitzed him. They doubled him off of screens. And it made it very difficult for Zach Levine to get his scoring. And he took very difficult shots today. And he did make some of them. And some of them, he forced his way into the paint, got some fouls. This is what Zach Levine needs to do when they're playing him at the way that he does. He's an all-star now. They have their attention to him. He's not an upcoming player anymore. He's the guy for the Chicago Bulls. So we need to see more people help out Zach Levine so he's not seeing double-team coverages every single time he's off the screen. And the more that we see that, I think the better Zach Levine will become. So Bulls players need to help him now. They have their attention on him. They are finding ways to stop him. Now it's time for other players to help so Zach Levine can do his thing with the pressure taken off of him. Thaddeus Young, 12 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. And the stats, they're just the normal stats for Thaddeus Young, isn't it? But this game, especially this game, was absolutely essential that Thaddeus Young played. I believe he had 6 steals in today's game. And in my opinion, I'll talk about this later, but he's definitely in contention for the player of the game today. Truly outstanding defensive performance from Thaddeus Young. And once again, this just shows his immensity in this team. He is an absolute must. Zach Levine said he's the MVP of this team. Obviously, we all know how good that Thaddeus Young is. And at the end of the day, we need to see more from other players to help Thaddeus Young, to help Zach Levine. Kirby White did his thing in today's game. We just need to see more balanced performances from everybody else. It needs to be a solid team effort. We don't have two all-stars or 3 all-stars that just take all the loads and take all the shots and we win games. We have 1 all-star and everybody else needs to play their part on this team if we're going to be successful in the future. I think that's all I'm going to talk about. Other players that played this game, Denzel Valentine had a decent game. Ryan Archidiakono played a few minutes. Luke Cornett got a 3 in this game. And I think that's all that really played for the Chicago Bulls. Now let's go into the must improve. It has to be Wendell Carter. I understand the situation where Nikola Jokic is just a big guy. He's a monster of a human being at the end of the day, and it's going to be tough to stop. But as the center of a team, to only have 3 rebounds, it's just not good enough. I don't care who you are. You play 23 minutes and you only got 3 boards. Even if you're undersized, as a center in this league, I don't see Draymond Green getting 3 rebounds per game. I see him getting more than that, even when he plays as a small ball center at times. So another situation where Wendell Carter needs to step up his rebounding game. Defensively, there's not much he could do. I really thought Wendell Carter played the best defense he could on Nikola Jokic without just fouling out in the first few minutes trying to stop him. That's just something that's unavoidable at the end of the day. Just phenomenal performance from Nikola Jokic, taking advantage of the smaller guy. Offensively, 8 points is not bad for Wendell Carter. I think he wasn't aggressive, but no one fed him the ball at the end of the day, and I guess because Nikola Jokic was defending him, that's why I didn't have too many points in this game. And regardless, he's definitely the must improve because his opponent dropped 37. I don't know how much he dropped, but he dropped over 37 points on Wendell Carter, which is something that obviously you target him. If he doesn't have a good game, Wendell Carter, you have to target him for his defense in this game. And player of the game, I understand Zach and Kobe played very, very well today, but I'm going to give it to Thaddeus Young for his 6 steals. And to be honest, he is the key reason why we fought back in this game. That third quarter, our bench was immense. And defensively, Thaddeus Young was 6 steals, 6 very, very important steals, kept us in this game. So massive respect goes to Thaddeus Young. There's a reason why he closed out the game today despite the loss. I thought he played extremely well. And although he didn't have 25, 26, 30 points in this game, his value on the court was absolutely immeasurable. It was so good for this team. And again, another huge performance from Thaddeus Young. The Bulls' record is 15-18. We are now 3 games away from 500. We seem to be around this range. This seems to be the range where the Bulls are going to be all season, pretty much. We're starting to find out where exactly the Bulls are. We are extremely close to 500, but we just can't seem to get over the edge. We always seem to be, when we're 1 game away from 500, we fall back to 3. Then we get to 2, then we go to 4, and things like that. We need to keep... We're not consistently winning, is what I'm trying to say. We had a very good stretch in the last few weeks where we won a few games, we did our thing, and we beat teams that we were supposed to beat. We beat expected teams. When it comes to these tougher teams, we just can't seem to get over the line. But hopefully that changes. That's all I need to say. This game against Denver frustrated me because we all know how good Denver are, and the Bulls simply had no answer for them. But when we fought back, it just makes you know that we are close. We are very close in what we're trying to do. We just need that extra push to get over the line. Maybe that one extra player, or maybe that one extra draft pick that comes in and helps this team, and that is what is going to take us over the line from a team that fights in all these games but comes up short to a team that comes very close and actually pulls it out in the 4th quarter. And we wait and see how that goes in the future, whether it's a trade, free agency, or the draft. However we get that extra man to come and help us, hopefully they actually do come in, contribute, and we can win a little bit more games. Whenever it comes, hopefully that's the case. And yeah, that's the end of this game. The next game is against the New Orleans Pelicans. I believe this is the last game until the All-Star break, which is something I completely forgot about, to be honest. But yes, if you watched my last video, please ignore the future games because it's only the Pelicans for this week, and then it's the All-Star break. We're going to be seeing some All-Star action. Zach Levine is an All-Star. Also, I will be making a video about Jokic Noah. Obviously, he wants to retire as a Chicago Bull, which is... respecting a legend at the end of the day. So let's see how that goes, and obviously paying respect to one of the best centers the Bulls have ever had. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in another Chicago Bulls video. Have a wonderful and safe day. Hopefully we pick up a victory against the Pelicans and end that series 2-0. Take care and peace.